Uh, and this is perfect for talking uh, to Geef over here. Hey, have you heard that there's rumors that a Chrono Cross remake could be in development?
I heard those rumors and they're fucking bullshit.
So, this started not too long ago, and shout outs to anybody out there who appreciates a little bit of Chrono Cross. But it started with, oh, you're blurred.
Don't worry about it.
You're back. It started with a singer who claims to have worked on the soundtrack of a PlayStation game remake some time ago on an Irish radio station. Ava McMahon did an interview, and she said that she recently had to do, she was specially called in to do some work on a remake. Didn't specify which, obviously, and she said she'd be able to talk more about it at Christmas. So people started going and were like, "Oh, I wonder what that could be." But
It's gonna be a collaboration for some mobile game.
Then there was what was the second thing? So she recorded that, and then the second thing was there was a GeForce leak that GeForce Now leaks included a couple of titles that were unannounced. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, a bunch of PlayStation PC port announcements were in there, and Chrono Cross was on that list. So, there's a second thing that happens there. Third thing that happens is it's less set in stone, but Forever Entertainment, the people who made the Panzer Dragoon remake, announced and the House of Dead remake, announced that they were working with Squeenix on a bunch of remakes of various Squeenix titles. So they might be literally the studio involved in this process. And then, as of today, there is also now a mobile game called Another Eden, which people have kind of data mined and seen that a collaboration event is happening with Chrono Cross.
I knew it!
So
it's always some mobile bullshit.
But the fact that the other people involved in this mentioned a remake implies more that this crossover is promotion for the actual game that's probably going to drop in about a month or so, or announcement that'll drop in about a month or so. So it seems like there's a remake happening, and that mobile game accidentally kind of revealed that they're doing a cross-promotional thing, is the vibes I'm getting.
I don't know. I genuinely feel like it's more a bunch of clueless people working on that collaboration and thinking it's a remake.
Could be. But the fact that there's a studio name attached as well, potentially, like, if it was just one thing, like, oh, the actor or the musician kind of spoiled it, that's one type of thing. But there's like 4 different vectors coming in here, and there's a potential studio that's supposedly involved to come in and do a bunch of remakes. And if that's what they're like literally announcing, and they've done remakes in the past, like, we have a place and a studio that would not make the mistake between thinking a collaboration is an actual full game, So
Chrono Cross is weird to me because, like, a lot of people adore that game, but I was always under the impression that there was always some legal shenanigans that prevented them from touching the Chrono name in any significant form. And maybe remaking Cross would be a way around that, but it still seems like a wild pull, especially considering they're full steam ahead on the FF7 remake stuff.
Yeah, it's the Chrono Cross in and of itself appears to represent a legal fucking tango of tiptoeing and avoiding getting wires crossed with any lawsuits involving Chrono Trigger. but after time, re-releases still occur, which means that there's still a like whatever is up with Chrono Trigger, there is still some kind of relationship in place to allow a re-release of the same thing for, in theory, the same split or whatever is happening. If this is a remake, it could either signify that it's a fully integrated part of the Chrono franchise, or it could work to distance itself even further. I don't know. Or
you
it
think
could
it's
just keep it
possible
the exact
at
same.
all that it's like a re-release on like all platforms, and that by remake it's just gonna be like cleaned up and had like some of the edges smoothed off?
Definitely. I think it's a Steam port with some pretty up-res textures and some new tracks and some new, fancy features here and there, but not quite a remaster, not quite a remake, just a pretty port.
I mean, if it's a simple port, then maybe they can actually go back and work with CyberConnect on it, because that's their speciality, is making things look nice.
They
don't touch the guts.
I don't know if they're looking to spend CyberConnect kind of money, though, right? I mean, CyberConnect was originally doing FF7 Remake before that didn't work out. But yeah, this studio with House of the Dead and with Panzer, seems like they're I get, like Blue Point. It's like our thing is remakes. This is what we do. We come along and we take something that you need ported, and we can remake or remaster. I don't see Chrono Cross having so much love that it can get a complete from scratch rebuild. It's
not FF7.
And
not. Honestly, nothing is FF7 in that context. That's not a fair comparison.
And as much as I give Chrono Cross its leeway, I don't think it deserves that kind of budget. Like
for all the mess I'm going to talk about Chrono Cross on Twitter in about an hour and a half. The one thing that jumps into my mind like very strongly in terms of like making a full scale top down remake is that one of that game's big selling points was that it had like a Suikoden level of playable characters that you could have in your party, which is like, you're not going to get like high end next gen models of Poshu and Glenn. Maybe Glenn, but not Poshu. The dog. You remember the pink and white dog? Like, that's not going to happen.
No, you're getting Kid and Surge and call it a day. Interesting though. Interesting. Also there was another piece of potential evidence with Yasunori Mitsuda posting a picture on Twitter with him and Michael McGlynn. Who
is that?
I think is also a composer as well that for music, So seems like he was someone that worked on it as well, and that them being together because he was the person who contracted that Ava McMahon. So the fact that you're seeing like the guy who composed Chrono Cross working with the guy, take a picture with a guy, and then that guy hired this lady who like literally said on the radio she's doing it just
or work with me here. Another game that Mitsuda worked on, which is way better, called Xenogears, could be the one that they're cleaning up and working on, because that game needs it. All taste aside and all personal preferences aside, Xenogears needs it way more than CC does. Xenogears is like blatantly unfinished.
It absolutely does.
Chrono Cross has like a real ending, at least. God damn it!
They did say that this is the multiple PlayStation remakes, right? So who knows?
Okay, I'm gonna throw all this shit in the trash. If you're gonna touch any of those games from that era, Can we undo some of the third birthday stink and get a good Parasite Eve game again?
Oh man,
That one's who's
Okay.
gonna fight me? No one.
How about this? How about this? How about this? They re-release just Xenogears Disc 2.
They clean
They
it.
burn it
just
onto
to-
the actual black disc, like just
Okay,
Disc
yeah.
2. Yeah, that's how you put it out there.